guys, we're going to get started in a couple minutes. If everybody wants to move to their seats, that would be great. All right, everybody, we're going to get started. In true physician fashion, we're running a little bit late. Welcome. Good morning. Welcome to the University of Massachusetts Chan Medical School, TH Chan School of Medicine, Class of 2022 Awards Ceremony. Yeah, congratulations. On behalf of all of the faculty, the staff, the administrators who have shared this journey with all of you, we're thrilled to celebrate your commencement weekend, starting today. This morning, we recognize the exceptional achievements of members of your graduating class, the class of 2022. And exceptional you all are. Over the course of the ceremony, you will hear from many of the faculty who have helped get you to this point, and we are excited and happy to celebrate you this morning. Your class has been through a lot. In just the last year alone, you navigated applications, virtual interviewing, a limit on away rotations, and matching to residency sight unseen. You cared for patients during a pandemic. You stepped up and helped out in your community, volunteering your time and energy to support those around you. You worried about and you cared for loved ones, helping them navigate these challenging times. You distanced from friends when all you wanted to do was be near each other. And you gave people hope at times when perhaps your faith was running low. You remained positive, even when your tanks were pretty much empty. We saw this with every interaction with each of you. We know that it wasn't easy. And with that, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge all of your accomplishments and celebrate all of your collective successes. We are all very proud of all of you. So now's the time where I get to acknowledge and thank a few people. As you came in this morning, you may have noticed a table with some gifts on it. These gifts, acknowledging your time at UMass Chan and highlighting your soon-to-be status as UMass Chan alum, are a generous recognition of your achievements, graciously provided by the Office of Alumni Relations and Advancement. Let's take a moment to thank them for their generosity. The Alumni Association has been a generous supporter of this ceremony for years, and we could not pull this together without their contribution, without their presence, and their energy. Thank you, Susan Ahern, and thank you to her team. I also want to thank Tim Rice. Tim is the genius behind university events. We thank you for your support of all of the events this week and this weekend, through organizing logistics, getting us where we need to be, helping with the catering, providing the flowers, all of the small details and all of the big details. Thank you, Tim. And as an aside, he's going to take these flowers and use them for a graduation tonight. And he told me that if you take them and he can't find them, he will cut you. So don't take the flowers or I'm going to get in trouble. This event could not have come together with tons of work for tons of people behind the scenes, our friends in EBS, under the leadership of Angel Ruiz Rodriguez and his team. Thank you. We could not have had any of this happen without all of you. Thank you, thank you. I want to give a special shout out to Jose Dones for answering all of my team's frantic text messages about why are the tables not set up yet, and then they were beautifully, beautifully set up. And last, of course, but not least, is our team in student affairs. Michelle DeSev is a glorious angel who coordinated this event from soup to nuts. Thank you to our team in OSA for your tireless help and support, Deb Ledger, Ben Smith, Justine Cameron. Thank you to the team in Student Life for helping us whenever we needed help, Carla De La Cruz, Katie Stickney, Sammy Jones, and Alan Acosta. And Christine Vigent has been a constant support from the Office of the Registrar. Thank you all. All right. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Nancy Skian, UMass Chan Medical School Alumni Association board member. She is going to welcome you to the 2022 awards ceremony. Dr. Skian needs no introduction from me, but I want to give her one. Nancy is a board-certified internist. She practices full-spectrum primary care right here at UMass Chan. She attended Johns Hopkins and is a member of the UMass Chan class of 2006. After completing an internal medicine residency here, she joined the faculty and is now an associate professor in the Department of Medicine. As you all know very well, clinically, Nancy practices both outpatient primary care and inpatient care for medicine hospitalized patients. She also has a strong interest in medical education. She serves as our internal medicine clerkship director and is the chair of the core clinical experience committee. In addition to the work she has done both for and with all of you at your time here at UMass Chan, in her spare time, Nancy also sits on the board of alumni for UMass Chan Medical School. And we are happy to have her here today to represent the Alumni Association. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Skian.
Thank you so much, Anne. That was really quite sweet. As a member of the UMass Chan Medical School Alumni Association, I am honored to welcome the class of 2022 into the alumni family. The goal of the UMass Chan Medical School Alumni Association is to help you maintain a lifelong connection to each other and to the university. As you leave campus, I encourage you to stay in touch. Please keep us apprised of your accomplishments and milestones and allow us to celebrate with you. I also encourage you to keep us updated as you move place to place so that we may send you important alumni information and invite you to events and your class reunions. Wherever your career may take you, hold on to your roots at UMass Chan Medical and cherish the meaningful connections you made here. I would be remiss if I did not encourage you to become involved in your new capacity as alumni. There are multiple ways to stay involved. You can attend events, join the Alumni Association, volunteer to mentor students, and support UMass Chan Medical School's annual fund. Your class has already demonstrated your support of UMass Chan. In the fall of 2022, the first-year class will begin their medical journey with a white coat ceremony and receive their first white coats sponsored by the graduating class of 2022. Inside the pocket of each white coat will be a note with the name of the graduate who was responsible for this wonderful gift. By participating in the 2022 class gift campaign, you immediately exercise our physician core competency of advocate. This is an opportunity for the class to join together one last time and give back in a meaningful and lasting way. Be an advocate for future generations of students at UMass Chan Medical School, starting today. I encourage your class to make it a tradition to return for your reunions, beginning with your 5th reunion in 2027. Besides the world-class education you received here, the UMass Chan Medical School Alumni Network is your most valuable asset. It is my hope that your relationship with the Chan Medical School has been meaningful and that the school continues to be an important part of your life in the years to come. I ask that you please provide the Office of Alumni Relations with your updated contact information. You've already received an email request for your change of address information. However, if you've not yet provided this information, we ask that you please remember to complete a change of address form online. My deepest congratulations to you all. I wish you much continued success. The Alumni Association is honored to welcome the class of 2022 into our community. It is now my pleasure to invite our Dean, Dr. Terry Flott, to the podium.
Well, thank you, Nancy. That's wonderful. It's so good to see the active engagement of our alumni as some of your most prominent and impactful teachers here at T.H. Chan School of Medicine. So good morning to you all. Let me add my words of congratulations to all of you, the class of 2022 of the T.H. Chan School of Medicine. This is going to be my last opportunity to speak to you in my own words. So I just thought I would just put in one word to you before parting. And that word is to reassure you. I just, in every way, want to reassure you that you, in fact, are ready, that you are prepared to be great residents and great physicians. Your class has shown great resilience during these past pandemic years, which have changed the experience of medical school for many years to come. The experience of medical training during COVID was captured recently by New York Times reporter Emma Goldberg in an interview on the AMA Moving Medicine podcast. Here's her quote: "People, meaning docs training during the pandemic, just realized that no matter how prepared you spend medical school getting, you can still be thrown into situations that test you in unexpected ways. In those moments, you just tap into the humanity and the reason you decided to do this work in the first place. Not just the clinical and technical expertise, but simply wanting to be there emotionally and supportively. And so we are met with the realization that you have all these reserves of emotional depth and courage that you will tap into, and even in these situations that challenge everything that you've learned and prepared for. That is what assures me and assures all of us, your faculty, that you, in fact, all are ready. So in that spirit, while some of you will receive awards this morning, you will all receive the most important reward on Sunday. And it's not just the MD degree, it's really the reward of becoming a physician and having the privilege of caring for your patients and their families over the decades to come. So I will conclude and say to you that I will be very proud to share the stage with all of you on Sunday as you graduate. I hope you enjoy the day and the whole weekend. And now I think I'm going to hand it back over to Dr. Garrison for the Medical School Student Awards.
All right, I'm going to ask Dr. Patricia Seymour to join me at the podium, and we're going to start the presentation of the awards. So I would like to start the recognition of our students today with an award that the Offices of Undergraduate Medical Education and the Office of Student Affairs created together in 2018. The award is called the Certificate of Appreciation for Leadership in the Learning Environment, and its purpose is to recognize and thank the unsung heroes who work hard year after year in support of curricular efforts and the student experience overall.
Good morning. On behalf of the Office of Undergraduate Medical Education, it's my honor to present some of these awards today. As Dr. Garrison mentioned, we're going to start off with the Certificate of Appreciation for Leadership in the Learning Environment. This is created to recognize outstanding contributions to medical student education and the learning environment here at UMass Chan Medical School, T.H. Chan School of Medicine. The 3 students who've been selected for this award are familiar to all of us in the offices of UME and Student Affairs. They're familiar to the Worcester community at large, and wherever innovations are discussed, new ideas brought forward. They have given generously to the community, to their peers, to our institution, going that extra mile to identify needs and build programs to address them. From mentoring local high school students to leading our own school committees and student body initiatives. Would the following students please come forward? Brian Argus. Eleanor Montgomery. And Kian Samadian. We're going to move on to the Capstone and Senior Scholars Awards next. So each year, the Capstone Scholarship and Discovery course recognizes the achievements of some of our graduating students based on high quality, creativity, and innovation demonstrated by their projects. Their topics cover a broad range, including clinical care, community engagement, education, innovation, mindfulness, research, and public health. We would like to acknowledge these students and recognize them today for their hard work. When I call your name, please stand and be recognized. You do not need to come forward, and we're going to hold our applause as an audience until the end. Rachel Anderson, Kara Banson, Deirdre Buckley, Aaron Caffrey, Richa Chaya, Neha Chopra Tandon, Erica Christensen, Catherine Cooper, Christopher DiTullio, Coy Doe, Christine Donahue, Fiora Dorr, Emily Stabnick Isle, Anthony Fiscolos and Simon Tebow, Sean Hamill, Megan Harrington, Rose Healy and Hayden Pierce, Catherine Hiller, Nachita Kulkarni, Leo Kuwama, Sam Loffer, Christopher Lee, Terrence Lee and William Weir, Ben Maxner, Zachary Michaels, Ariana Perry, Tatiana Petrovic, Manasa Rahman, Haley Schachter, Brittany Tran, and Christine Yao. Congratulations. We'd also like to recognize students in the graduating class who've received Senior Scholars, Poster Session, and Presentation Awards. Students are recognized in the year of graduation for achievement in their Senior Scholars projects. Would the following students please stand to be recognized? Again, hold your applause until we get to this shorter list of names. Hans Eriksson, Megan Ewan, and Adam Cellurale. The next set of awards are called STAR Awards, 2 different STAR Awards. The first one is part of the Choosing Wisely campaign. Choosing Wisely STARS programs aim to catalyze grassroots, student-led initiatives to advance healthcare value in medical education. Sam Lee stepped into our inaugural group of Choosing Wisely STARS students in 2019, joining a national cohort of medical students interested in high-value care and minimization of waste in healthcare. The acronym stands for Choosing Wisely Students and Trainees Advocating for Resource Stewardship, and the program's based at Dell Medical School in Austin, Texas. Sam got to travel there to participate in the annual summit. Back at UMass, he worked with faculty to strengthen high-value care messaging and existing curriculum, and this informs subsequent curricular work and development. Please join me at the podium, Sam, and congratulations. The second STAR Award is actually from the Education Policy Committee. This EPC Student STAR Award is given by the EPC in recognition of excellence for voluntary, scholarly, and vocational achievements in medical or health education by medical students. Lindsay Walsh was nominated by her emergency medicine faculty, who felt she was an outstanding candidate for this award. In the clinical setting, she's noted to be bright, thoughtful, and a proactive learner with outstanding bedside manner. She is adaptable and demonstrates true initiative. She identified what she felt was a gap in her curriculum around opioid overdose and designed a study to evaluate this for her capstone project. She enrolled over 100 participants and analyzed her data, which is currently being prepared for publication. Lindsay plans to use the results to propose incorporation of naloxone training into the MS1 curriculum here. Additionally, she recently represented UMass at the National ACEP meeting, presenting a case that won Best Visual Presentation. Lindsay, you do not need to join me at the podium since you already have your certificate, but if you could stand and be recognized, please. The next awards are near and dear to my heart. This is a group of students that have participated in the Interprofessional Trainee Quality Council, and I'm here to recognize them along with our executive sponsor, Dr. Debbie DeMarco, and my co-facilitator, Dr. Mitch Gitkin. The Interprofessional Trainee Quality Council is a group of trainees that come together from our medical school, graduate medical education, the Tan Ching Fen Graduate School of Nursing, and Mass College of Pharmacy to learn about quality improvement and process improvement. You had 13% of your graduating class engaged in this non-required additional curriculum, where they learned about lean methodology. All of these individuals spent about 20 hours in meetings and trainings and report out in an unmeasured amount of time on their project work outside of that to complete at least one PDSA cycle in a QI project that occurred at some affiliated site. The time invested in this program is one thing, but entering that clinical space and claiming to want to understand dysfunction and improve it can sound intimidating to the most seasoned medical professionals. I was so impressed by this class's desire to lean in ways like this that improved the process of healthcare delivery for patients. Students, as I call your name, please rise and remain standing until all the names have been called, and then we as an audience will hold our applause again until the end. So I'm going to start off with special recognition for Kimberly Reimold, who is an ITQC officer, 3 years as a participant, and earned her green belt last year. She served as the vice chair this year. We have 3 green belt team leaders in your class as well. Ia Call, Ashley Lynn, Manasa Rahman, please rise. We have yellow belt awardees who spent 2 years as part of the council: Deirdre Buckley, Colin Flannelly, James Joseph, Nachita Kulkarni, Olivia Hall Mandile, Stephanie Trimboli. We have yellow belt awardees that spent 1 year on the council: Brian Argus, Kara Banson, Erica Christensen, Catherine Cooper, Emily Gentile, Alice Kennedy, Amanda Lee, Terrence Lee, Laura Nguyen, Philia Van Dessel, Lindsay Walsh, and we have participants as well: Colby Caton, Guy Liu, and Lulu Shu. Please join me in a round of applause for our ITQC graduates. I'll now invite Dr. Ann Garrison back up to the podium to recognize the Remillard Family Community Service Fund recipients.
All right. In a continuation of the tradition and show, the Remillard Community Service Fund recipients, established in 2015, the Remillard Family Community Service Fund is dedicated solely to providing ongoing support for a variety of community outreach programs provided by faculty, clinical staff, and students at the University of Massachusetts Chan Medical School. Annual distributions of this endowed fund support community service programs designed and executed by these groups for the benefit of the community. The provost is assigned by the Chancellor of the medical school to oversee the process. This is a highly competitive process. In order to identify impactful programs and projects aligned with the purpose of the donors, concept documents are solicited from the community and proposals are reviewed by an advisory committee who will submit recommendations to the Chancellor for final approval. The evaluation criteria include the potential to improve lives or the health of residents of Worcester, Central Massachusetts, the Commonwealth, or the world, the potential impact of the program or project on individuals, groups, and communities that are economically or educationally disadvantaged or underrepresented, a specific connection to the missions of UMass Chan Medical School in the fields of education, patient care, or research. Since 2017, projects submitted by students from the School of Medicine have been recognized and awarded these prestigious and competitive grants. We would like to recognize these students today and thank them for their innovative ideas and service to the community. When I call your name, please stand, and once again, we will hold our applause until I've called all of the students. These projects they have completed involve a great deal of work on top of their regular studies. Would the following students stand and be recognized? Emily Adler, Peter Cruz Gordillo, Megan Harrington, Tatiana Petrovic, Manasa Rahman, and Bridget Yang. Congratulations. I would now like to invite Dr. Michael Ennis to the podium on behalf of Dr. Hugh Silk and Dr. Suzanne Cashman to recognize the students in the class of 2022 who were Mick Hupert awardees.
So since this is a memorial award, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the person it's named after, because they're supposed to be an inspiring exemplar for you guys. So Mick Hupert, this award was meant to honor his work, a longtime faculty member in the Department of Family Medicine and Community Health, and Massachusetts AHEC leader who passed away in 2017. Mick worked across professions and schools and left a legacy of community health improvement initiatives and public health spirit in our communities and our state, as well as in our hearts and in the Department of Family Medicine and Community Health. Mick had unwavering passion for addressing community health needs and passing this passion along to medical and nursing students and colleagues. Students apply for these awards in their second year of medical school, and through a competitive process are granted $2,500 per project to carry out their community-based initiative over the course of 12 months. So as has been what we've been doing, can the students I name please stand, and we can applaud at the end. Some of these students are in the nursing school, so you may not recognize all the names. Haley Schachter, Aisling Ryan, Philia Van Dessel, Kathleen Cudahy, Anashay Mystery, and Christine Callahan and Iha Call. And now I'll invite Dr. Michelle Pegnair to come to the podium to confer the Massachusetts Medical Society Scholars Award for Academic Excellence.
Okay, thank you, Mike, and congratulations to you all again from me personally, and also from the Mass Medical Society that is the sponsor of the Massachusetts Medical Society Scholars Awards for the exiting class of 2022. You're going to hear congratulations a lot today, and I just want to remind you, every time you do, remember it's from the heart. There's not much else we can say, so I've added mine. The Medical Society is a physician-run organization, and it's the generosity of the physicians of Massachusetts that makes this award possible. And the physicians of Massachusetts welcome you to the profession of Medicine, which you will officially enter on Sunday. And so a warm welcome to you from all of them. I just also want to do a quick shout out to this amazing class of 2022 for their activism in organized medicine, whether it's at the WDMS, MMS, AMA, AMSA level or AMWA level, and the Student National Medical Association level. You really do make a difference, and we can't thank you enough. And you lead the other all four medical schools in Massachusetts by the standards that you have set. So we're very, very proud of you. Now, a few words about this award. Each year, the Mass Medical Society selects 2 graduating students from each of the 4 medical schools in the Commonwealth to be recognized as MMS scholars. The selection is rigorous. Students write essays, and supporters write letters of recommendation. And a committee of faculty leaders from the Chan School of Medicine reviews the applications and sends forward 6 finalists to the MMS for one-on-one interviews. Students are selected on the basis of academic excellence, community service, as well as financial need. Each of the 6 finalists receives a monetary award for their achievement, and the 2 finalists are selected as MMS scholars. So please hold your applause until I call all 6 names, and as I call your names, please come forward to the podium. So, receiving $1,000 from the MMS for achieving finalist status in recognition of academic excellence during medical school, we have Brennan Daigle. Sorry, it's tough to do this. Kelly Flanagan, Haley Schachter, and Paulo Tavares. We're all comfortable together. All right, you really have to hold your applause for the big one. $10,000 for being selected as the 2022 MMS scholars from UMass Chan Medical School in recognition of academic excellence, Alec Elaine and Deirdre Buckley. And now it's my pleasure to reintroduce Ann Garrison to the podium for the American Medical Women's Association Awards. Thank you very much.
All right. So it is now my privilege to present to you the American Medical Women's Association Glasgow-Rubin Citation for Academic Achievement and American Medical Women's Association Glasgow-Rubin Certificate of Commendation. So I'll tell you a little bit about this award. Dr. Maud Glasgow was a pioneer in preventative medicine and public health. Born in Ireland, she attended college in Dublin, Ireland, and then came to New York and received her degree in nursing before deciding to study medicine. She received her medical degree in 1901 from Cornell University Medical College and a degree in public health from NYU and Bellevue Medical College in 1921. During her career, Dr. Glasgow served as a medical inspector in the Department of Health in New York and worked in public health education, promoting better health conditions in New York. She kept up her interest in the welfare of women all of her life and gave generously to the American Medical Women's Association to support young women studying medicine. Dr. Glasgow established these awards in honor of her sister, Janet, who unselfishly gave of her time and resources to see that Dr. Glasgow completed her medical education. The Janet M. Glasgow Memorial Achievement Citations recognize female students who graduate in the top 10% of their class. Would the following students please come forward and remain up front to receive your award? Again, please hold your applause until all of the students have been called forward. Deirdre Buckley, Emily Stabnick Isle, Kelly Flanagan, Holly Neal, Alexandra Palmer, Alexandra Rabin, Shauna Rice, Haley Schachter, Jordan Smith, Simone Tebow, and Lindsay Walsh. As Michelle arranges those, I'm going to now present to you the additional AMWA Janet M. Glasgow Memorial Certificate of Commendation. This is given to the woman in the graduating class who has demonstrated exceptional performance academically. This year's AMWA Janet M. Glasgow Memorial Certificate of Commendation is being awarded to Richa Chaya. Congratulations. I would now like to invite Dr. Lynn Hernandez, Assistant Vice Chancellor for Diversity and Inclusion, to the podium to recognize the recipients of the Martin Luther King Jr. Semester of Service Student Award.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Diversity and Inclusion Office, congratulations to all the 2022 graduates. We're so excited to be celebrating you this weekend. I have the wonderful pleasure of recognizing the students who have won the Martin Luther King Semester of Service Awards. Since the 2010-2011 academic year, the Martin Luther King Jr. Semester of Service Student Awards have funded community service projects initiated by students at UMass Chan. This program was developed as part of a 5-campus UMass Learn and Serve grant from the Corporation for the National and Community Service and has allowed our students to pursue innovative engaged work in local communities. Funding is provided by the UMass Chan Diversity and Inclusion Office and the Office of Community and Government Relations. We would like to recognize and thank our graduating students who have received the AMWA Award during their time here at UMass. When I call your name, please stand, and again, let's hold the applause until the end. The 2019 recipient was Delia Sanders. 2020 recipients were Rachel Anderson and Catherine Cooper, Elisaveta Reznachenko, and John Romano. 2021 recipients were Elisaveta Reznachenko, and the 2022 recipient was Nichita Kulkarni. Thank you for your time and talents. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. I would like to invite now Dr. Ann Garrison once again to the podium to recognize the students in the class of 2022 who are being inducted into the Alpha Omega Alpha.
All right, Alpha Omega Alpha. Last fall, students in the class of 2022 were inducted into the Alpha Omega Alpha Society, the Medical Honor Society. At the ceremony, attended by their family and friends, the accomplishments of each honoree were noted, and the students received their cords and their certificates. At this time, I would like to ask that members of AOA in the class of 2022 please stand and be recognized. I will call each student individually and ask that you remain standing until all the names have been called. Once again, we're going to hold our applause till the end. Alec Elaine, Deirdre Buckley, Deniz Chataltepe, Richa Chaya, Nolan Condren, Catherine Cooper, Amberly Diapvu, Emily Stabnik-Isle, Kelly Flanagan, Alec Graman, Catherine Hiller, Rosemary Kelly, Colin Leibold, Mark Leo, Gabrielle Luiselli, Catherine Lynch, Peter McCool, Arjun Marin, Benjamin Maxner, Holly Neal, Olivia Newley, Rachel Padilla, Alexandra Palmer, Ryan Payne, Alexandra Rabin, Kimberly Reimold, Shauna Rice, Haley Schachter, Alexander Shriver, Julia Sherman, Jordan Smith, Hannah Swartz, Simone Tebow, Charlotte Walmsley, Lindsay Walsh, and Timothy Wynn. Congratulations. I would now like to invite Dr. Michael Ennis to recognize our GHHS and Tau awardees and to confer the Ann Nemitz Memorial Award.
So I'm sure folks are familiar with the GHHS selection process. Starts with peer nominations by one's peers who knows those people best. Most of these are folks you nominated. A few are carryovers from the previous year. And if you could do the same routine, please stand, remain standing, and we can hold the applause to the end. Emily Adler, Kara Benson, Mary Basali, Sarah Blackwell, Rodney Bruno, Deidre Buckley, Denise Chataltepe, Peter Cruz Godillo, Brennan Daigle, Amberly Diep, Chris DiTullio, Adrian Fanucci Kiss, Kelly Flanagan, Emily Gentile, Alexander Kaplan, Iha Call, Leo Kawama, Christopher Lee, Zachary Michaels, Shafiq Matawe, Olivia Newell, Emily Nuss, Simone Tebow, Philia Van Dessel, Bronwyn Watergill, Charlotte Walmsley, Amani Williams, and Timothy Wynn. Your class also had the opportunity to choose the one person in our med school. Each med school chooses one person for the Tau Humanism and Medicine Award. And your class got to select that person. It's another award sponsored by the Gold Foundation, and you were able to select from the people just named or write in any other name in your class. And that person who was selected this year is Bronwyn Watergill. Okay. Now I have the pleasure of giving the Ann Nemitz Award. This is one of our department kind of awards from family medicine. And it's given to a student in the graduating class who emulates many of Ann's values. The spirit of this award emanates from the way Ann practiced medicine. Her guiding principle from which all of her behavior followed was that it was truly a privilege to serve others. Ann was humble, self-forgetting, and compassionate. A staunch patient and student and resident advocate, Ann naturally put others first and approached everyone with kindness and respect. She laughed at herself. She was a passionate activist for family medicine, particularly women's health and family-centered maternity care. There's this country family doc who's done a lot of writing in many of the common journals. His name's David Loxterkamp, and he practices in Belfast, Maine. And Ann proved David Loxterkamp's words true when he said, "First is the knowledge," and this is important advice for everyone here. "First is the knowledge that doctors rise to their best by serving the least of their patients. The least insured, the least curable, the least attractive, responsible, grateful, the least like us." So we have 2 students in the class who are getting the Acknowledgements Award. They are nominated and chosen by folks in family medicine who know them well. And I'm going to basically read what nominators said. This student's passion for family medicine never wavered throughout his 4 years at UMass Chan. I'm nominating him for the award because he is without doubt one of the most caring and selfless medical students I've worked with in over 30 years of medical education. His passion for physical fitness translated into a community-wide project promoting the importance of physical activity and access to resources to help improve the health status of Worcester residents. For the past 2 years, he's been an amazing peer mentor, working with younger medical students, helping them adapt to the medical school stresses and helping them network for specialty choice. These projects and volunteerism take time, and in medical school, time is limited. However, he would always find the time to make these happen. He's amazingly humble, and when it comes to personal accolades, he does these things because it is the right thing to do. Colin Leibold. And the second awardee, much like Ann Nemitz, she emanates compassion. She breaks down barriers typically found in the healthcare environment and promotes a restorative culture. She learns the names of all the support staff and leads by example in fostering a caring environment for patients. She has a humble and self-deprecating style that puts everyone at ease. I can think of no more deserving recipient for this distinguished award than Bronwyn Watergill. I'd like to invite Dr. Erin McMaster and Maxine Schmeidler to confer the awards from the Department of Pediatrics.
Good morning. Maxine and I are honored this morning to present 3 awards to students who have made an impact in the care of our pediatric patients. These awards were voted on by our Pediatric Medical Education Committee, and we're thrilled to be able to honor these 3 wonderful students. Our first award is the Jacob Brem Award for Academic Excellence and Commitment to the Care of Children. Dr. Jacob Brem was a pediatrician in Worcester. He graduated from Harvard Med School in 1931, and he was chief of pediatrics at the former Worcester City Hospital until he retired in 1977. He was a compassionate pediatrician who was devoted to improving the health of children throughout Worcester. His legacy continues because he actually recruited Jerry Durbin here to Worcester and has been so foundational to our department. Thank you, Jerry. So this year's award winner has been a true champion for children's health through her impactful advocacy activities. And I think Dr. Brem would have seen a kindred spirit in this year's Jacob Brem Award winner, Emily Gentile. Our next award is the New England Pediatric Society Award in recognition of outstanding academic achievement in pediatrics. The student chosen for this award has been involved in multiple research projects related to children's health and health equity during her time at UMass. Please join me in congratulating this year's New England Pediatric Society Award winner, Dennis Chicheltepe. And our final award is named after one of our former chairs in pediatrics, Dr. Marianne Felice. Dr. Felice is a highly respected clinician, teacher, and mentor who, along with being our former chair, also served as the president of the Society for Adolescent Medicine and the chair of the Committee on Adolescence for the AAP. She was also a passionate advocate for pregnant teens and started a teen talk clinic here at UMass. This year's recipient has been involved in research on perinatal and postpartum depression and spent time investigating the outcomes of trauma in high school students. Both of these projects really align with Dr. Felice's advocacy, and so in recognition of her work, we're pleased to award the Marianne Felice Award this year to Lulu Shu. And I'd like to invite Dr. Divya Kanabaran to confer the awards for the departments of obstetrics and gynecology.
So the UMass Memorial Health Department of OBGYN is pleased to present 3 awards today, all of which are new this year. We're presenting them to 3 graduating fourth-year medical students who are going into obstetrics and gynecology. The first, the Richard Hunter Award for Excellence in OBGYN. The Richard Hunter Award honors Dr. Richard Hunter, who is the founding chair of the Academic Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology. He dedicated his professional life to medical education and patient care. In honor of his distinguished career, we recognize a student who has shown overall academic excellence and achievement in the field of OBGYN. Dr. Hunter, at the age of 103, is thrilled with being honored this way. The recipient for this award has shown academic excellence these past 4 years, especially in OBGYN. They've showcased a passion for community and population health, working on quality initiatives and research projects. This student was especially noted for her remarkable skills working with different team members and being a strong patient advocate. As one faculty member noted, this individual has the potential to become a true leader in the field of OBGYN. I'm honored to present the Richard Hunter Award for Excellence in OBGYN to Deirdre Buckley. I'm going to move on to the Thomas Halpin Award for OBGYN Education and Mentoring. This honors Dr. Thomas Halpin, who for over 50 years has been deeply dedicated to education, mentoring, and patient care in this community. In honor of his distinguished career, we recognize a medical student who has demonstrated an exceptional contribution to education and mentoring. The recipient of this award is truly an exceptional student, having remarkable ability to connect with people and possessing great leadership skills. The student has spent their medical school career in understanding and reducing health inequities, such as working in the Dominican Republic to conduct hypertension education and management amongst the Haitian population. In addition, they created the school's first mentorship program for students historically underrepresented in medicine. And they also served as the inaugural leader of the Urban Health Pathway program focused on primary care and population health. To paraphrase an attending, the student is going to be an outstanding physician who will improve the lives of those around him, patients, staff, learners of all kinds. With that, I present the Thomas Halpin Award for OBGYN Education and Mentoring to Rodney Bruno. The last award is the Karen Green Award for Social Justice in OBGYN. This honors Dr. Karen Green, who was the founding division chief of both the Maternal Fetal Medicine Division and the Tertiary Care Referral Maternity Center in our Academic Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology. She dedicated her professional life to the care of the maternal fetal diet, especially in those experiencing stigma and marginalization by HIV and substance use disorder. In honor of her distinguished career, we recognize a medical student who has contributed to advancing health equity and diversity, social justice, and advocacy within the community medical school. The recipient of this award has dedicated their medical school career to advocacy, especially for reproductive equity in underserved communities. She joined the Perch track with a passion to make change at a systemic level, has been a leader for the Medical Students for Choice, organizing lectures about contraception and abortion care, and setting up advocacy training for her peers to learn about legislative and media advocacy. This student has an amazing future ahead of them. I am honored to present the Karen Green Award for Social Justice to Simone Thibault.
I can see Tom Halpin in the back of this room, and I think we would be honored if he would come up here and join this picture. I would now like to invite Dr. Adelia June O'Connell to confer the awards from the Department of Neurology.
Good morning. My name is Adelia June O'Connell, a Neurology Quality Officer, and I'm representing Dr. Marcy Osgood, the Neurology Clerkship Director today. She's unfortunately not able to join this celebration, but she sends her highest regards. So I would like to introduce Miss Alexandra Ravin. She has completed neurology clerkship in 2020 and elective rotation in 2021, which she excelled greatly to this point. And Dr. Osgood wrote a letter of recommendation on her behalf to the prestigious American Academy of Neurology. Reportedly, she has received the highest grades in the neurology clerkship with the outstanding recommendations, including her great teamwork, professionalism with her patients, and great thought process in her patient care as well. She is in the top 5% of all the trainees that Dr. Osgood has supervised. And her resume as a medical student is quite impressive, including her experience as a research assistant, her leadership as a co-leader in student interest groups, and she already has had publications in peer-reviewed journals as a medical student. Without further ado, I present this award to MD candidate Ms. Ravin.
I would like to invite Dr. Nancy Skian back to the podium to dedicate the awards from the Department of Medicine.
The Department of Medicine is honored to recognize 2 graduating students with distinguished performances in internal medicine. The first award is the Mary Hawthorne Award for Most Outstanding Clinical Performance. Dr. Hawthorne has been a tireless advocate for clinical education, having served as clerkship director for over a decade, while also delivering exceptional care to her patients in her role as a primary care physician. She is the consummate general internist, and we believe the student receiving this award embodies her holistic and attentive care. I'm pleased to announce Michael Carizzi as the recipient of the 2022 Mary Hawthorne Award. The second award is the Richard Glue Award for Most Outstanding Performance in Medicine. In Dr. Glue's long and prolific career as an infectious disease physician and clinician educator, he touched the lives of innumerable students, residents, and fellows, and left an indelible mark on the Department of Medicine that we have today. He is known for his fierce intelligence, razor-sharp wit, and care and compassion. The student receiving this award also demonstrated excellence across all domains in internal medicine. I'm pleased to announce Deirdre Buckley as a recipient of the 2022 Richard Buell Award.
I would like to invite Dr. Jim Carroll to confer the awards from the Department of Surgery.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to present today's awards for the class of 2022 for the people from the Department of General Surgery that we're really happy to actually have joining our residency program this year. I love it. I have talking points. UMass Surgical Society Award for Excellence in Student Clinical Performance. Fiona Dorr, please come up. Don't go too far. Our second award is for the UMass Surgical Society Award for Excellence in Surgical Education. Whoop. Hang on. I'm going to revise that for 1 second. Stay there. Nachita Kulkarni couldn't be here today, but that's her award. So. However, our third award is the Association for Academic Surgery Student Research Award for Fiona Dorr. I'm taking Nachita's. Don't tell her. I'd like to introduce at this time Jen Carey. She's going to present for the Department of Emergency Medicine.
I don't know where Jen Carey is. She may be running a code, so I'm going to take over. The Society for Academic Emergency Medicine Excellence in Emergency Medicine Award this year is awarded to Lindsay Brown. The second award presented by the Department of Emergency Medicine is the Massachusetts College of Emergency Physicians Medical Student of the Year. And this year the award goes to James Joseph. I've always secretly wanted to work in the emergency department. Not really. I would like to invite Dr. Lala Padilla Catalario to confer the award from the Department of Psychiatry.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Aurelid Padilla Candelario. I'm the program director for the psychiatry residency, and I'm pleased to be here presenting the Aaron Lazar Award. Dr. Aaron Lazar joined UMass as a professor and chair of psychiatry. He later served as chancellor and dean of the School of Medicine from 1991 to 2007, a period that has been highlighted as challenging and illustrious for the institution. He is described as an educator, mentor, steward, colleague, author, and friend. The Aaron Lazar Award for Psychiatry was created in 2015 and is presented annually to a UMass 10 medical school student entering psychiatry training who has demonstrated strong clinical, academic, teaching, or research skills. This year's recipient exemplifies these characteristics perfectly. We are pleased to award Adrian Fanushikis for his contribution to the field of psychiatry and potential to have a strong impact in his patients, colleagues, training program, and psychiatry as a whole.
I would now like to invite Dr. Ann Larkin to the podium to confer the F. Stathew Memorial Award.
Thank you, Dr. Garrison. And as some of you may know, we're running immensely ahead of schedule. So I'm going to take the opportunity for 30 seconds to go off script just for a moment. Sorry. Just to let everybody know, before I confer this award, you still have 2 days left to complete your graduation questionnaire. As you know, I have offered to donate $1,000 to the charity of your choice if we get to 90%. So if you take these 2 days, get that GQ done, and then Tuesday when I get the notification, I will write out that check to wherever Hans tells me to write it out to. Okay, great. So we'll move on now. The John F. Stathew Memorial Award was established in 2001 by Spiro F. Stathew in honor of his father. It was to recognize gifted graduating medical students who had performed at an outstanding level in their clinical years and who also demonstrated compassion and understanding in their clinical care of patients. This year's recipients of the John F. Stathew Memorial Award most certainly exemplify these qualities. I'm going to read the list of students who received this award. I would ask that each of them come up and stand in the center of the room here, and again, we will hold our applause until the very end. Emily Stabnik-Isle, Kelly Flanagan, Mark Liu, Gabrielle Luiselli, Peter McCool, Holly Neal, Olivia Newley, Shauna Rice, and Hannah Swartz. Congratulations to each of you. Congratulations, students. I would like to draw your attention now to the screen for our next award, recognized by Lieutenant Commander Neha Patel on behalf of the United States Public Health Service. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Neha Patel, Lieutenant Commander with the United States Public Health Service and clinical pharmacist stationed at the Federal Bureau of Prisons in Butner, North Carolina. I want to thank the University of Massachusetts T.H. Chan School of Medicine for inviting me to present today on behalf of the Commission Corps. I will be presenting the 2022 Excellence in Public Health Award to an excellent individual of yours. For some background, the Public Health Service was founded in 1798 to provide medical services to injured sailors and merchant seamen primarily suffering from infectious diseases. And today, even over 200 years later, the Public Health Service deploys on the front lines of infectious diseases and areas of poor health. I'm pleased to recognize Dennis Cheteltepe as the recipient of the 2022 Excellence in Public Health Award. Congratulations, Dennis. And in solidarity, the Public Health Service encourages you to continue your passion and dedication in public health, to be a leader in your profession, and most importantly, to lead with integrity, service, and excellence. Congratulations again, Dennis. Keep up the great work.
I wanted to take a brief moment of all of our time to say a few words. I didn't think we could let the reason that Dennis is receiving this award and the events that have happened this past week pass without acknowledgement. So I'm going to say a few words about Dennis, about her work, and how relevant and applicable it is to us and to our country right now. The USPHS Award entails a process annually where each medical school can choose a student to nominate for the award. At UMass Chan, we draw our pool of potential nominees by soliciting nominations from those who know our students and their work in public health. That includes our learning community mentors and faculty who serve as leaders in public health, like Dr. Hirsch. This year, there were many fantastic nominees, but Dennis stood out as our unanimous nominee. For those of you who don't know, Dennis's passion and work is in injury prevention in children, specifically firearm injury prevention in children. She founded and led a UMass chapter of SAFE, Scrubs Addressing the Firearm Epidemic, and also became a member of the 7-person national board. She has worked tirelessly and for years, locally, regionally, nationally. She has made local contributions to the Worcester community in gun buyback. She has educated her peers and medical students who are still on the rise by creating Gun Sense, an optional enrichment elective here at UMass Chan. In addition to being a leader, community worker, and educator, Dennis is also an advocate. Her advocacy and media presence can be found with just one Google search of her name. When we made the decision to nominate Dennis for this award 6 months ago, it was my role to write a letter of recommendation to the USPHS. Given her many accomplishments, it was not challenging to write. But I remember writing it vividly one night while I was covering labor and delivery. Last night I opened it up and I reread the nomination. And I cried. I do not cry very much. It is possible that I cried because I am very, very tired. But it is more probable because I, like many of you, am overwhelmed. It is because I have a child that attends a local public elementary school. It is because I am a mother. It is because I am a physician. It is because I am a human. We are all upset right now. We do not know how to handle what is incomprehensible. And the events in Buffalo and Uvalde and Tulsa and countless other communities are just that, incomprehensible. I do not have any words that can make us all stop hurting. But what I can say, and what I know to be true is, Dennis, please do not stop your work and your fight. We need you. Our community needs physicians like you. Our country needs physicians like you. And our children need physicians like you. Because I do not feel that I have the right words, I'm going to quote part of a longer statement written by an expert on this matter, Dr. Michael Hirsch, and say, it falls upon us to say no more. Physicians must ask patients about guns and make a risk assessment about guns in their home. Mental health specialists must report gun owners with anger or psychiatric problems so their guns can be removed. Could we, as a country, agree to some items? Push and educate politicians? And do what we need to do? I believe that we can. Thank you for your work, Dennis. Please continue your service. right, I'm just going to take a moment. If you all want to take a moment, I'm going to collect myself because I'm going to do the next one. All right, so the next award we were going to present is the Zurrier Award, which I'm going to present on behalf of Dr. Katerina Keefe. Established in 2003 by Dr. Robert B. Zurrier, this is an annual award for fourth-year medical students who, according to peers and faculty, have demonstrated the qualities of an excellent clinician and an interest in biomedical research, and exhibit the promise to be an excellent physician investigator. This year we have 5 awards. I'm going to read all of the names. I'm going to have you come to the front and stay here, and we'll hold our applause again to the end. Colin Flannelly, Alec Graham, Samson Jolly, Michael Carizzi, and Jordan Smith. For the next time, but not the last time, I would like to invite Dr. Nancy Skian to confer the Gary Wintzelberg, MD 74 Memorial Award.
The Gary G. Wintzelberg, MD, Class of 74 Memorial Award is a peer-nominated award and is awarded to the student who best exemplifies the ideals of the physician. Dr. Wintzelberg's widow, Dr. Mary St. Andre Wintzelberg, UMass Chan Medical School Class of 77, established this award after Gary's death at the age of 45 in 1993. Dr. Wintzelberg was a member of the first graduating class of the UMass Chan Medical School. He was a graduate of UMass Amherst and completed his internship and residency at University Hospital, Boston University School of Medicine. He was a clinical fellow in radiology at the Massachusetts General Hospital before returning to UMass to do a residency in internal medicine. He went on to be a clinical fellow in radiology and a fellow in nuclear radiology at Harvard Medical School. At the time of his death, Dr. Wintzelberg was the vice chairman of the Department of Diagnostic Imaging, director of nuclear medicine, and director of medical education at Shadyside Hospital in Pittsburgh. He was a fellow of the American College of Physicians and was widely published. Dr. Wintzelberg always remained quite close to the medical school, which is why the family has chosen to remember and honor him with this award. It is my pleasure to announce that the 2022 Gary G. Wintzelberg, MD Award goes to Joseph Likowski. I would now like to invite Dean Flott to the podium.
Great, thank you. I'd actually like to invite Dr. Michelle Puckneer to come forward to the front table to help me present the next award. We have the privilege to present the Kristen M. Ettinson Memorial Award for Medical Excellence through Advocacy, Art, and Athletics. Kristen Ettinson was a member of the class of 2010 who developed a rare and aggressive malignancy between her second and third year of medical school and finally lost her battle with cancer in July of 2010, shortly after she graduated. Kristen was an amazing, multi-talented young woman. She was a 4-year college track and cross-country athlete, an award-winning artist with oil painting, and a staunch advocate for the underserved both locally and globally. Taken from us too soon, Kristen is memorialized in this award, established with the help of her parents, David and Linda, who unfortunately could not join us today. And it is designed to honor the graduating student who best embodies the attributes that helped define Kristen, and similarly speak toward the promise of an exceptional career in the service of patients. This year's winner is Charlotte Walmsley. Charlotte, why don't you come over? I'm going to ask you to stand there while we say a few great things about your accomplishments. So Charlotte's demonstrated strong leadership skills through her role as a governing council member of the Massachusetts Medical Society, serving to represent Massachusetts medical students at a national level. At UMass, she served as co-president of the Organized Medicine Interest Group and advocacy chair of the Student Coalition for Advocacy, Diversity, and Inclusion, or SCADI, and co-leader of the HEMONC Interest Group. Charlotte has a long history of engaging in basic science, translational, and clinical research. She had a fellowship at the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, leading to her own projects prior to and during medical school. She has a multitude of peer-reviewed publications and presentations, including international recognition in the form of a proffered paper and travel grant awarded by the European Society of Medical Oncology. In fact, she has 11 peer-reviewed publications, 10 abstracts and presentations, and she has been, in the past, the recipient of the Memorial Sloan Kettering Medical Student Summer Fellowship. Charlotte's also an advocate. During her first-year medical school career, she served as one of 3 primary authors for the SCADI letter to the Chancellor, along with 2 of her peers, each embodying a type of diversity addressed in the letter, racial, economic, sexual orientation. She met with the Chancellor as a first-year student. Now, that shows a lot of advocacy to propose DEI initiatives, many of which were put into effect. The letter also led to the addition of a diversity prompt to the UMass secondary application, creation of a low-income student group, and increased funding for the BackMD pipeline. She's a member of the Gold Humanism Honor Society and recipient of the Compassionate Care-Based State Celebrates Award. Charlotte is a writer, receiving the Best Student Prose Creative Writing Award from the Family Medicine Education Consortium. Charlotte is an athlete. In fact, she's a BAA, Boston Athletic Association, sponsored athlete, regularly racing, including a sub-3-hour marathon, qualified for the Boston Marathon. Charlotte has shown consistency in her career vision and is driven to become a physician scientist in the field of oncology, addressing the disease that tragically took Kristen Ettinson. She's shown consistency, depth, and breadth in this field across leadership roles, advocacy, service, and research. Unfortunately, Linda and David Ettinson couldn't be with us today, but they send their heartfelt congratulations to you, Charlotte. And now I'd like to invite Chancellor Collins to the podium.
Charlotte, I would like you to tell your classmates it's not that bad to meet with the Chancellor, even if it's the first year in medical school. Well, good morning, everyone. First, my award, and then just a few words. It's now my distinct pleasure to present the 2022 T.H. Chan School of Medicine Chancellor's Award. This is the highest award bestowed upon a member of the graduating class. And I'm pleased this year to present the Chancellor's Award to Jordan Smith. She told me she's going to cry, and I said it's okay. All right. So Jordan is graduating from the MD PhD program and headed to Portland, Oregon, where she'll be training in neurological surgery at Oregon Health and Sciences University. During her training as a physician scientist, Jordan has shown uncommon promise. She has 3 first-authored publications, numerous publications upon which she's been a co-author, and multiple federal grants, including an NCIF 30 as a primary investigator. And while achieving all of this, she's given so much of her time to fellow students and shown extraordinary talent as a leader. She served on the MD PhD Student Advisory Council and as an MD PhD peer mentor. She led and tutored in health science prep program and was a lead organizer in the MD PhD research retreat for over 3 years. Jordan, you've added so much to our community during your physician science training. Honestly, it's a privilege to call you one of our own, and I want to congratulate you on the selection of the 2022 Chancellor's Award. So first, let me thank a few people. Dean Flott, we've had 15 marvelous years together. And as the Dean of our School of Medicine, I want all of you to know that he is really the Dean of Deans in American medical education. Terry, thank you very much for your leadership over these many years. To Doctors Larkin and Garrison for stewarding all that happens so that we can have such successful graduates, I want to thank you both. And your comments this morning were really quite poignant. Thank you. To those of you who are members of the faculty who steward the education of our learners, I want to thank all of you. I want you to know what a privilege it is to have a chance to lead this institution, principally to lead such an incredible group of faculty. Thanks to each and every one of you. I would like to ask all of you a favor, because next I would like to thank the staff of our university. There is nothing like a word of thank you from our graduates to those who take such great pride in working at this institution. And at this moment, particularly, I'd like to talk about the red shirts, the folks who clean the place, put the tables up and down, move the chairs. We'll be here all weekend so that you and your families will have a wonderful time on Sunday. If you have a moment just to say thank you, when you march on Sunday, they will be there to cheer you on, the staff, because they feel as responsible for your success as members of our faculty. I can tell you when they tell me, it was really cool, the students said thank you. Please know how much your words mean. It was the first day in August, I think, in this class for the first time in 2012. I won't call out who that was. And for most of you, it was the first week in August in 2018 that I had the chance to first speak to you about the privilege of being a physician. My principal speech is on Sunday. I get to talk at each of these ceremonies over the weekend. I'm not going to give the speech now. I'm going to give it on Sunday. But I've written a piece this year, and I'm going to just say 3 words, and I'll make the case on Sunday. And those 3 words are, we need you. At no time that I can think of in the history of medicine has there been a time when we need you more. If you want to hear the rest of the story, you got to come on Sunday. But last point I'd like to make. This is an extraordinary special weekend. I'm sorry we can't do the event tomorrow night, but we're trying to keep as many of you COVID-free on Sunday so that you can come to the ceremony. But I think each of us who's had the chance to graduate from medical school remember that weekend. They remember that moment. And I hope that at some point over the weekend, because I know you're moving and you're thinking about where you're going next week or 2 weeks from now, you got a million things to do, I get it. But I hope you'll take just a moment over the weekend. I don't know when it'll be. Maybe as you're lining up, maybe as you're sitting in the under the tent, maybe just a moment with your family after. I hope you'll take a moment and look around yourself and realize how important it is that which you have accomplished. We're going to take great pride in calling you one of our own. And I hope if you remember one thing, remember that it is a privilege for each of us to hold the hands of our patients, and not a privilege for our patients to be cared for by us. God knows at this time we need you. Congratulations.
All right, I would like to ask your class speaker, Iha Call, to join me at the podium. Iha is going to confer the educator, she's going to confer the educator awards on behalf of your class.
I have everything written. Good, so I won't go off and say something crazy. All right, so this is the Outstanding Medical Educator Awards, which are presented to faculty and house staff in recognition of and appreciation for their commitment and dedication to the students in the clinical science curriculum. The class of 2022 has interacted with many talented teachers, mentors, and leaders. However, a couple have stood out as outstanding educators. The following faculty and house staff have dedicated themselves to mentoring, teaching, leading, and advocating for both their patients and their medical students. They have gone above and beyond the call of duty when it comes to medical education. The class of 2022 would like to recognize the following faculty for their outstanding commitment to helping us achieve our goals. Please come up as I call your name and receive your award, to receive your award and take a photo. I'm going to call 3 groups of faculty, but don't leave after your group. We want one big photo at the end. Okay, I wrote this all myself, actually. Our first group of faculty I would like to recognize is our faculty at the Community Partner Clinical Sites. The fact that several members of our community sites won this award is a very impressive testament to each of these educators' commitment and skills as an educator. As you know, there are many fewer students at these sites, so the fact that many students nominated these educators is truly impressive. Many of these faculty are unable to attend as they are far away and currently caring for patients. But if you are here, would the following faculty come forward? From Cape Cod Hospital, Dr. Stephen Brooks and Dr. Douglas Muncy. From Clinton Hospital, Dr. Gail Galletta, or Gayetta. Nope, she's not here. All right, so next up, from Milford, Dr. Karen Jang. She's here. Okay. The next group of faculty we would like to recognize specifically is our Perch faculty from UMass Chan Bay State. Neither could be here today, but I'm happy to say both will receive their awards tomorrow at our Perch Awards ceremony. They are Dr. Harry Hoare and Dr. Lisa Smith. Oh, this is a good list now. Okay, brace yourselves. Our final faculty awards go to our clinical faculty educators at UMass Chan. Please come forward and receive your award when I call your name. Dr. Jeremy Aidlin. Dr. John Broach. Dr. James Carroll, Jr. The legend himself, Dr. Christopher Cerniglia. Dr. Caesar Simpinu. Did I say it right? Dr. Henry Del Rosario. My idol, Dr. Frank Domino. My second idol, Dr. Michael Ennis. And everyone else is an idol too, no favoritism. Dr. David Fish. Our queen will have to self-award, Dr. Ann Garrison. Dr. Timothy Gibson. Dr. Christina Gracie. Dr. Lou Ireland. Dr. Gregory Leslie. Dr. Mary Lindholm. Dr. Aaron Riemenschneider. Dr. Nancy Skehan. Dr. William Wong. And Dr. Susan Zweizig. I know you're clapping for them, but it feels like it's for me, so thank you. Yeah, second round of applause. Okay, Okay. Thank you, Dr. Garrison, for shepherding me back here. The class of 2022 would also like to recognize the following House staff for their outstanding commitment to helping us achieve our goals. Please come up as I call your name to receive your award and take a photo. Dr. Allison Asurwatham. Dr. Laurel Bannock. Woo! Dr. Ricardo Bello. Dr. Stephanie Giraldo Early. Dr. Kelsey Mantoni. Dr. Clark Murray. Megan Pollard. Dr. Megan Pollard. Sorry. Dr. Kendall Presti. And Dr. Paul Zeller.
Dr. Trish Seymour wanted to say one more word for you.
Since we are on schedule, I just wanted to correct a mistake. We missed someone on the ITQC list. Arden Marin, if you could stand for a second. So. I didn't want to miss the opportunity to recognize that Arden served multiple years as a council member. She was a Greenbelt project leader and awardee, and also served as faculty this last iteration. So I'm sorry I skipped your name on the list, Arden. Good job.
The quality part of Dr. Seymour would never have gotten over that. Yeah. And I don't know, did Jen Carey free up? Was she able to join us? Jen, do you want to come say your words? I handed the awards to your student, but I believe you wanted to say something. And so I apologize that we went faster than we were anticipating, but I knew you wanted to talk.
So I wore my brown fleece because the two awardees both are going to Brown. Congratulations. All right. So I just wanted to say that all the students that are going into emergency medicine this year were wonderful. I noticed that you guys many of you won awards in other areas this morning, and congratulations to all of you. The student awards that I missed earlier, so James, Joseph, Jimmy, congratulations. I don't know where you are. Somewhere. Oh, there you are. So congratulations. Oh, I should take this off. So the Massachusetts ACEP, American College of Emergency Medicine Award, isn't an annual award. It's an award that we nominated Jimmy for because he was an outstanding medical student throughout his 4 years here, and he did an outstanding job in the emergency department. He was always noted by the faculty members to just have a positive attitude. He was highly motivated. He had excellent bedside manner, always got along so well with everybody in the emergency department, and really developed great rapport with his patients. In addition to his clinical work in the emergency department, throughout medical school, as you probably all know, he was involved in so many different volunteering activities. So teen mentoring with the Worcester high schools. He did sidekicks volunteering. He volunteered at St. Anne's Clinic as well. So he outstanding throughout medical school. And then, as you know, he also did some quality improvement, and some of the projects that he worked on, he actually was able to present at the Society for Academic Emergency Medicine national meeting. So he's just been outstanding all around, and really deserves this award. And again, he was up against all of the medical students going into emergency medicine in the state. So this is a big award for him. Congratulations. And then Lindsay Brown. Where is Lindsay? All right. I want to congratulate Lindsay. As you know, she won the Society for Academic Emergency Medicine Excellence in Emergency Medicine Award, and she was very well deserving of this award. She, from day one, she has shown her interest in emergency medicine. She was involved in EMIG, the Emergency Medicine Interest Group, and was a leader of that for some time here. From day one in the emergency department, she walked right in. She was able to navigate really complex situations, and really was noted to be a wonderful team player by all the people around her. She's always enthusiastic, hardworking, again, wonderful bedside manner, and just an outstanding student overall. So congratulations to Lindsay. Thank you.
All right. Let me get back to our regularly scheduled program here. All right. So now, for the final time, I'm going to invite Dr. Skean to the podium to give her closing remarks.
Class of 2022. Sounds great, doesn't it? I love it. Class of 2022, you join thousands of proud alumni who are forever grateful for the outstanding medical education received, which allow you to pursue the noble profession of making lives better as competent and compassionate physicians and medical educators. You will realize that as you maintain your ties with the school in whatever way possible and network with its alumni, it will enrich your medical school experience and your career in medicine. Class of 2022, congratulations, and I hope that you will stay connected with the school and the Alumni Association. I wish you the very best in your career and in all your future endeavors. This concludes our award ceremony, but we have one further amazing experience to share with your class. I would like to invite Dr. Larkin to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Skian. So this is our closing event for your breakfast this morning, your graduation breakfast, kicking off your graduation weekend. Really, for me, is the most moving and the most impactful. Many of you know that I'm a U.S. Navy veteran myself, and this promotion ceremony for students always just is really just deep in my heart every year. This ceremony is for students who complete medical school through the Health Profession Scholarship Program. And this year we have one student, Second Lieutenant Gayu Liu, who will be promoted. Second Lieutenant Liu matched to the anesthesia residency at Brooke Army Medical Center in Fort Sam, Houston, Texas. And I am quite certain that he's very excited to begin his training very soon. However, before he leaves, he will be promoted to the rank of captain this morning. There are many, many powerful events in a military officer's career. I can tell you that from my own experiences. And one of those is their promotion in rank. We're delighted to offer Second Lieutenant Liu the opportunity to have his promotion ceremony here amongst his friends, his peers, and his faculty who have made this educational journey with him. I know that he must be delighted to share this event with you. And again, as a veteran myself, I'm personally honored to be able to stand in observation of his service. Gayu, I cannot tell you how proud I am that you've chosen this path, one that will be filled with life-changing experiences for you. And your promotion today will be performed by Lieutenant Colonel Bill Seymour. Lieutenant Colonel Seymour graduated from West Point and MIT. He served for 22 years on active duty in the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, culminating as commander of the 40th Engineer Battalion in Bosnia. Colonel Seymour subsequently directed a construction program in Kabul, Afghanistan, and that was for the U.S. State Department. He is currently construction manager for Homes for Our Troops, which is a company that builds homes nationwide for severely injured post-9/11 combat veterans. Most importantly, Bill is the father of our own accomplished Dr. Patricia Seymour, who is our Assistant Dean for Clinical Curriculum and has been up here several times this morning. So many thanks, Lieutenant Colonel Seymour, for being here with us today. And with that, I would like to invite Second Lieutenant Liu and Colonel Seymour to the front.
By the way, Patricia takes after her mother.
I will begin by reading the promotion order. Attention to orders. The President of the United States, acting upon the recommendation of the Secretary of the Air Force, has placed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, integrity, and abilities of Second Lieutenant Gayu Liu. In view of these special qualities and his demonstrated potential to serve in the higher grade, Second Lieutenant Liu is hereby promoted to the permanent grade of Captain, United States Air Force, by the order of the Secretary of the Air Force, number AH-0535, dated 17 May 2022. Signed, the Honorable Frank Kendall III, Secretary of the Air Force.
Please take your seats. No, don't you leave. He does follow orders. That's a good thing. Yes, sir. You should know it took me 5 years to make captain. You're instantly a captain. Congratulations. So Dr. Seymour told me I did not have time to make remarks today. I've never done in 43 years what she told me to do. I've got 3 quick points. First of all, very, very proud as an outsider to be here today and to share a podium with Patricia and her distinguished colleagues. Thank you very much. Secondly, as an outsider, what an inspirational group. So accomplished, so young, so inspirational, so passionate, so caring. I'd like to echo Chancellor Collins' words. You are indeed needed. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for who you are. Point number 3. I'm so proud to be able to promote Guy. In my current job, I deal every day with severely injured combat veterans. They are really broken, but they've been saved by people like Guy and his colleagues, and they're living very full lives, very accomplished lives, great families, great homes, great educations, great careers. None of the folks that I deal with would be here today except on the efforts of folks like him. You can argue about the use of American combat power. What you can't argue is that these soldiers are valiant, and we owe them a great deal, and thank you for what you do. I'm now proud to re-administer the oath of office. Please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, your full name.
I, Guy Yulu.
Louder.
I, Guy Yulu.
Having been appointed a captain in the Medical Corps.
Having appointed a captain of the Medical Corps.
Of the United States Army.
Of the United States Air Force.
I tried. Do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, domestic and
Foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
I will bear the true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully. Discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. Discharge
the duty of.
I'm sorry, I went too far. Discharge the duties of the office.
Discharge the duty of office.
Upon which I am about to enter.
Upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Sir, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
What I didn't do is say how sorry I was that the colonel and the captain are not a part of the best branch of service, which was the Navy. So with that, this concludes our celebration for this morning. I look forward to seeing all of you on Sunday afternoon. Thank you for all that you have accomplished. Thank you for all that you will do, and congratulations.